Hi everyone, it's Lily Wu with the Healthy Green Guide and wanted to say happy weekend. We made it through the week. I've really enjoyed these last 2 weeks and getting to know all the different companies and hostesses in the group, and I'm just so blessed to have been part of this great event. Um, I thought I realized that I never um, did an introduction or anything like that, and I just wanted to come back and tell you how I came to be where I am today, and then I want to share some green living tips with you guys as we're heading into the winter and the cooler, darker months. I've got some great tips that'll help you save energy. So first, hi, I'm Lily, and it's kind of interesting how I got to be here today as the Healthy Green Guide because I didn't want to have kids when I was younger. I had already told my parents that they would have to get grandkids from my brothers, but then it was like, like a switch flipped when I turned 32. And all of a sudden, I really wanted to have kids. And all I could think about was having kids. And life had other plans for me. It ended up being a really long and heartbreaking 4-year journey before we got pregnant. But I believe that everything happens for a reason because during that time, I tried to get as healthy as I could. And I tried to really clean up my diet. I got rid of the toxins in my house and learned all about it. And I realized that there is a lot of hormone disruptors in the products that we use, especially, personal care products like cosmetics, like that we put directly on our skin that were, messing with my thyroid. I learned during that, 4-year long, pregnancy journey that I have an autoimmune thyroid condition called Hashimoto's, and it's really more common than people think. And so I, was trying to get rid of all the toxins to try to heal my body through food. I actually have an autoimmune group on Facebook. If anyone else is, facing any autoimmune challenges, it's a really supportive community called the AIP Diet Group. You can look it up or, message me if you need the information. But I learned so much about what not to eat and what not to use. And I felt a calling to share the information with other people because it's not well known. I always tell people, hey, when you take my green workshops, you're going to learn so much about green living. Miriam, how can you? I think that they have to be in this group to be in the live. But what I'll do is I'll download it and put it on my personal page and then make it public and then you can share it. But if you have someone that you think needs, help, I am more than happy to talk to them because I'm on a mission to help people learn how to become healthier. It kind of makes me angry that the government allows all this to happen. They allow these, chemicals to be in our products and I want to help people make safer choices. I want to help people get healthier by removing the toxins. I'll reach out to you, Miriam. Thank you. So I'm really excited to be here to be able to spread the message, and I have great safe natural products that people can use. But hey, I'm happy if you decide to use another company as long as you're making a safe swap. I don't really care if you buy from me or from someone else. I just really want to help people find safe products, and so. I've got some notes from one of the workshops that I run. It's called the Go Green workshop, and it's got some great tips for how to save energy in the coming winter months since it's getting colder and darker. And so the first thing is, and this is for year round really, turn off the lights when you leave a room. It seems pretty easy to do. My kids kind of have it down pat, and now they follow my husband around trying to remind him to do the same. So. That's a really, that'll actually save you a lot of money when you do that. But also you can switch to LED and CFL light bulbs because they use 25 to like 75% less energy than traditional light bulbs. But I don't want you to go around and like start changing everything. Just as light bulbs blow out, then go replace it with something that's more energy efficient. Another thing that's really great to do is getting a smart power strip. It's like $25 to $35 for a good one, and it will help you turn your appliances and electronics off when you're not using it. Because, and I have this number here, yeah, 75% of the energy that is used by your appliances are actually used when they're not on. So it's, it's called an energy vampire. Like it drains energy when you're not using it. So like I have the terrible habit of forgetting to turn my computer off. I put it to sleep in power mode, save power mode, but it still really drains a lot of energy. And so I've been personally trying to get better about doing that. Another great idea, which I only learned this a couple of years ago, is using your ceiling fan. People know to use it during the summer to cool themselves, but it's also great to use in the winter. So in the summer, you want to make sure that it's going counterclockwise, and that way it's moving the cool air around with a downdraft. And then you can use it in the clockwise direction in the winter to push the warm air from the top of your room down to the bottom so that you don't have to heat the house as much. And lastly, weatherizing your home using, caulk or, the window strips is going to really save you a lot, because when you don't have any leaks going through the house, you're not losing any cool air or warm air, then your AC and your heater can work less often. So that not only saves you money from saving electricity, but also you're helping the unit to run less often. And when it does that, then it'll last longer. And those things are so expensive to change. And so those are some great tips for the upcoming season. And, if you're looking to remove some toxins in your home, some really easy ones that are not always, obvious are nonstick cookware. I think a lot of people know now that Teflon and other nonstick brands are just really not good for us. They're fine if you don't use it to cook with, but once you heat it up, then it's dangerous. And so stainless steel, cast iron, and ceramic are all great options that you can use instead. Mothballs. I personally never used mothballs. We didn't use it growing up, but they're starting to get phased out because they're super, super caustic and toxic. And so if you do have a use for it or need something like it, the best things to use would be lavender sachets or, cedar blocks. But really, if you got an airtight container, then you wouldn't really need it. That would solve your problem. Candles. I have a whole workshop dedicated to self-care and essential oils and stuff like that. But candles are another thing that is, it's best to get rid of. It has a lot of synthetic fragrances that are just really bad. They're endocrine disruptors, which, I'm really passionate about getting rid of endocrine disruptors in everyone's homes, because they mess with your hormones, and your hormones are signals that pretty much run your body. And so when you have endocrine disruptors, either you're putting it right on your skin with products, or if you're breathing it in, or any other way of getting it in, then you're messing up those signals, and so that's why your body is not able to work as well. And so cosmetics, I have this whole workshop that I do on cosmetics. So if you're interested in learning more, then let me know, and I can set up a workshop for you and your friends. You guys can learn together. They're all on Zoom. Everyone's on Zoom these days, so you might as well learn some stuff together and have fun. And so let's see, the next thing is antibacterial soap. We're all washing our hands like a million times a day now. And, studies have shown that antibacterial soap is not more effective than regular soap, but also it could cause some really negative health effects. There are chemicals in it like triclosan that the FDA has finally banned from hand soap, but they still allow it in things like toothpaste and other personal care products. But triclosan is like, if you see it on any label you own, I give you permission right now to throw it out. Don't use it. Like that's really, really toxic to your body. And cleaning products. Cleaning products is one of the biggest offenders. It's something that we come into contact with on a daily basis, oftentimes more than once a day. And so that's why it's so important to switch to natural products. And it really doesn't get more natural than just using water. And so that's why I started partnering up with H2O at Home. I love that their products are super effective and they've been tested, third-party tested, and certified to be effective. So I know that when I'm using my cloth and just water, I'm removing 99.999% of bacteria. When I'm using the mop to clean the floors, after the dog pukes or, things happen, I am removing 99.99% of bacteria and microbial contamination with just water and microfiber. And, I've got wood floors. I have a steam mop and I stopped using it because it was starting to damage my wood floors. I used to use vinegar on my countertops, but I have granite and it was eating away at the seal. And so, I embrace natural solutions. I was always trying to DIY my own products for a long time, and I just got really frustrated because a lot of the products needed these, fancy ingredients in small amounts that I had to buy in big amounts, and it was really expensive, and so that's why I decided to stop DIYing my products and using the products from this French company. I really wish that the US would adopt some of the policies that they have in Europe. In Europe, in order to call something natural, it has to be at least 95% natural. Here in the US, it only has to be 5% natural to be called natural, which makes no sense. Like, what about the other 95%? Like, what is it? It could be anything. And so I really encourage people to read labels. If you're unsure about something, there are some great apps. There's the Environmental Working Group Healthy Living app, or you can download the Think Dirty app so that when you're out, you can scan barcodes and it will give you a rating. Most of them are pretty accurate, I've found, but it will help you, guide your purchasing decisions and find the safest products for your family. Of course, if you have any questions, I'm always here to help. I have a group called the Healthy Green Guide. It's on Facebook. You can look it up. And if you join that group, I give tips and information all the time. I go live weekly with healthy living tips, sometimes physical, sometimes mental, emotional, because they're all important. They're all part of our health. And again, if you have autoimmune issues and are looking to heal through food, I also have the autoimmune diet group that has really changed my life. I honestly don't think that I would have gotten pregnant even after those 4 years of multiple failed IUIs and IVFs and other fertility treatments. It wasn't until I cleaned up my diet and got rid of the toxins that I was healed enough that I was able to get pregnant. And then by the time it was time to try again for my second child, I had already called up the fertility clinic because we had one egg frozen. I said, hey, I'm going to come back. I'm going to do IVF again. But I got pregnant naturally. Like I was just amazed that I had healed enough that my body, knew what to do. And so, a lot of people don't like to share their infertility struggles, but I think it's really important to share that information with other people to let them know that they're not alone. And, it's often not their fault. Like people don't know that these products that are, for sale in the stores that we go to, like I go to Publix or CVS and there's like nothing I can buy there. Like it's just full of, chemical crap, and I don't want to subject my family to it. But I also don't want to give them business because then they'll make more of it. And then it'll end up in our environment, right? Because, you wash your face and then all the soap and stuff like that, all the cosmetics that you had put on your body that was toxic is now in our water system. And I'm really passionate about leaving my kids a healthy world that they can thrive in and that future generations can thrive in. And at the rate we're going right now, it's kind of bleak. Like it's a little scary, and if we can all just do our part to, use healthy natural products, then we'll all be in a better place. So again, I know it's Friday and this is probably a little heavy for a Friday night, but I just get so passionate about it. I just love talking about natural health and going green, and I love helping people. So feel free to reach out if you need anything. If you have any questions, feel free to join my group or message me privately. I have a link that is somewhere in the group where you can actually schedule a 20-minute one-on-one consultation with me, and I can give you personalized recommendations for what would fit best for you. Maybe you have, wood floors, or maybe you don't have, you have travertine tile, or, whatever is best for your home. I can help make suggestions for healthy swaps that you can make. And I hope that everyone has a safe and healthy weekend. I will be going live again tomorrow. I'm going to tally up all the points to see who wins our little prize. I'm really excited to be sharing one of my favorite products with you guys, and I'll tell you what it is as the prize tomorrow. All right, have a great night. Thank you. Bye.